bloody cold tonight. Mr. Chaucer, sir, why don't you give us a tale? I mean, we're all dying to hear something. Give us something close to your heart. We can all take part.
Hello and welcome. My name is Chaucer. I am the only one on the roster. As far as the tellers do come and go, I tell for thrills and not just for a show. As we huddle around the campfire now, do not try to think who or what or how. One goes through life just playing and sings. When he's in the forest, there's a ringing of songs that are played somewhat very well. If you pay attention, they tell the tale. He is for sure the musical minstrel. Many will take him for a crazy fool. When they hear his tale of when the doctor left for a while and created a factor that assisted the enemy, the plague, making everyone fragile as an egg. Listen as the singing, one sings a song. If you have the words, you can read along.
Brynjol, my friend, how are you?
Good, Johann, but you must hurry to London. They need you.
All right, I'll be off. Watch the parish while I'm gone. See you again soon.
Okay, I'll see you later. Be careful. Johann packed up and rushed off to London. He had been wanting to get away from the parish for quite some time, and this emergency in London gave him a good excuse to go off on a small vacation. He didn't want to stay away for too long, however, for fear that something might happen which Brynjol could not handle. But he didn't think 3 or 4 days would hurt anything. He left in such a hurry that he didn't bother to verify the truth behind Brynjol's claim. He had known Brynjol for so long, he didn't even stop to think that Brynjol might conceive such a plan as to rid himself of a doctor and a friend. Brynjol, however, had a different plan in mind. He figured that if he could rid himself of Johann,
he would eliminate a bump in his path. He thought he could manage without the doctor and prove to himself and everyone else that he was capable of being a doctor. He was tired of being looked down upon by the people of the town and saw this as a way of gaining some respect from them. Johann continued on his journey to London, unaware of any foul play. He was too wrapped up in his thoughts of his free vacation time, which he would use after he had finished in London. To make his trip shorter, he decided to take his magical transporting vehicle to make it to London quicker.
After Brynjol lured the doctor away with his false news of trouble in London, he was proud of his accomplishment. He felt that he was knowledgeable enough to take over the doctor's position. In his mind, he had seen every disease and injury in the book and prescribed treatment for all of them. Well, at least his doctor had, so what could possibly be the difference? Only days after the doctor left, quite a large number of people started feeling extraordinarily ill. At first, Brynjolf didn't think much of this, since it was early spring. He prescribed medication for what he had diagnosed as a combination of allergies and a cold. He realized the error he had made when more and more people with this illness died. He knew this was a form of plague. This wasn't what he had anticipated at all. He knew he needed to find a cure for this disease before the whole parish was lost. The apothecary looked frantically for a cure, but it wasn't to be found in any of the books available to him. Apparently, the disease was a hybrid which had not yet been discovered. There was nothing more the apothecary could do. Everyone in the parish was sentenced to death for the ego of one person. Beaten down by his own stupidity and selfishness, with nowhere left to turn, Brynjolf wrote a letter to summon his friend's return. 1/3 of the population had already died, and he knew he couldn't save the rest alone. It was their only hope.
Dear Doctor, trouble in the town. Please return immediately. P.S. Hurry up! Brynjolf.
He hired a messenger to find the doctor and deliver his letter.
As the doctor ventured on his way back from London, he wondered how his friend had made such a miscalculation as to cause him to take this long journey. It must have been some simple error, because his friend would have never done something like that intentionally. Oh well, the vacation time was fun while it lasted. The thought of Brynjolf's urgent letter kept running through Johann's mind, though. He wondered why it was so imperative that he return immediately. Surely it wasn't anything really important. Brynjolf was probably scared of something happening. It was probably nothing more than a rumor being spread around about some diseases which don't even exist. Johann wasn't upset about it. He was happy to be getting back home, where he could begin his doctoral duties once more.
Brynjolf, there must have been some mistake. They didn't need me in London. Why was it so urgent for me to return them?
I think you need to sit down for a minute so I can talk to you. I made it up so that I might gain some respect from the townspeople. But while you were gone, there was an outbreak of some kind of unknown plague. I tried to find a cure for it, but I just couldn't.
So how is everybody?
Well, over half of the town caught it, and now they have all passed away.
What? How could this have happened?
I'm sorry, there was nothing that I could do.
Get out and never come back. You will always be considered a murderer by everybody here and everywhere.
Now that you have heard the tale of one man, just try to remember, if you now can, and try to take something with you to home. Know that with your problems, you're not alone. Now I have told my tale and done my part. I must pack up my things and now depart.
Wow, that was a right good tale, old chap.
Thank you. Let's go home.
Alrighty then.